they have a clash. So we're glad to be able to record it for them. Also, what I want to say to you is, if you have, if there are topics of interest to you that you'd like to tell us about, that you would like to see some benchmarking done on, or best practice talks, then let us know. Send me an email and we'll see what we can do. And equally, if you feel that you have some best practice that you'd like to share with ICBE and ICBE members, please let us know. We're always looking to do some benchmarking visits. And now with the virtual environment, you know, it is more difficult to get people on board. But I hope you will enjoy today, find it of value, and that you will be interested in contributing in the future. So I'll hand you over to Hakeem now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hakeem Hamad. I'm here in Limerick, been in Limerick for the last 20 years. I started my career with Dell Computers. In fact, I was the first master black belt for Dell across EMEA. I was responsible for Six Sigma in manufacturing and supply chain. And then I worked at Boston Scientific for 4 years. I was responsible for OBEX within US and Puerto Rico and Ireland in Clonmel. Over the last 10 years, I started XI Horizon Consulting, and probably over the last 10 years, probably, you know, less than 100 year every year. I am 100 day every year. I'm in Limerick. Apart from that, I was outside working with multiple companies, mainly Abbott Worldwide and Nestle. And recently I started to work with Visteon Electronics. So the reason I organized that virtual benchmark today with Visteon Electronics, I had the honor to go to Tunisia and teach multiple workshops on Shingo Discover Excellence and Shingo Culture Enabler. And one of the good things I found there is self-directed teams, which is basically what I believe and I do everywhere when I do my lean transformations. We create focus team, and then from that focus team, we create self-directed teams. So self-directed teams has been one of the, you know, focus area and one of the things that Shingo Institute highlighted as a key strength in the site. And I've seen it myself over the multiple visits I did to Tunisia. So we had a first benchmarking meeting with Abbott Diagnostics or Abbott Diabetes Care in Donegal, where I organized a meeting between Lasad and the team in Donegal, which I work with them. And they were very happy and they found it very useful. And then I spoke with Vivian and I said, why don't we organize it for the whole community in Ireland? And she said, it's a good idea. And I spoke with Lasad, is with us, and Lasad agreed, and his senior management supportive of that. I'm going to make this a long story short. I'm going to hand over to Lasad, who is the OBEX lead in the Visteon Electronics in Tunisia, to take us through the self-directed teams. All the questions will be, you can send them to me privately on the chat. Then at the end of his talk, which is 50 minutes, I will give the questions to Lasad. We have 2 hours, which is good. Thank you. And I give you to you, Lasad, now. And I think I will allow you to share the screen now.
Hakeem, just before Lasad starts, could I ask everyone to mute themselves so that we don't have any background noise? And as Hakeem said, if you have queries or questions, just put them into the chat, and we'll manage those at the end. Thanks.
So Lasad, it's all yours now. You can share your screen.
Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So thank you very much for this opportunity that you gave me, and it's a good pleasure for me to exchange my small experience even with you, and to get more ideas from your side for sure to improve our activity here in Visteon Electronics Tunisia as well.
Thank you.
So I will start by the situation that we at the beginning of our journey. It was started in 2015 when we get financial losses due to revenue drop in our company, and we had to find a solution for that, how to improve our situation and how to improve our efficiency regarding the activity here in our plant in Tunisia. So we make this finance analysis, and we identified several opportunities, and the management team established an improvement targets with a clear roadmap. And it was one of the key success that we need to implement are the self-directed work team, because this will help us to reach the operational excellence level and to get good results according to the targets that we are doing, and to get better performance regarding savings. And finally, this activity or this journey will lead us to get finance growth. And this is what was our roadmap to improve, and it is really implemented, because actually we have new launches and new projects that are already launched in our plant, and our activity or our business is getting better starting of last year. This is how the history of how and why we started our OPEX journey. We used the Shingo model as one of the models that we need to follow up in order to implement what we call a cultural change in our organization, at all levels of our organizations, and this helped us to create or to develop new behavior within all our employees. So for that, we selected the Shingo model as one of the models that we need to follow up, and we need to ensure that we are aligned with the expectation and with the requirements of this model in order to improve our business. We learned about the Shingo model. It was self-learning. We invited internal experts on Shingo model, which are one of the global OPEX leaders in our global organization. And we started our journey. Our journey started in February 2016. We shared the Shingo operational excellence principle with all employees. We make multiple meetings with all employees at all levels, with the direct labor, with the indirect, and even the middle manager and the top management of our organization in Tunisia, in order to understand how the Shingo model could help us to reach the operational excellence level that we want to implement in our plant. The second step is to propose a deployment model for the Shingo Price Challenge, and the implementation of the self-direct work team was the key success element in this deployment model. And later we built our OPEX project team and OPEX project journey to start implementing all the actions and all the agreed steps to reach better level of operational excellence. To be honest, the Shingo price was not at itself our main goal. It was the first goal is how to improve the mindset, how to improve the culture, and how to improve the behavior of all our employees at all levels. And with that, we will be getting better performance in our business, and later, for sure, it could be as a result receiving one of the Shingo prices. This was our expectation and how we did during our journey. I will make the focus on the self-direct work team activity. So the first level of this activity is to analyze the current state compared to targets, identify gaps and implement actions to minimize this gap, and later reach operational excellence level. And this is the main concept of what is needed from the self-directed work team. In fact, this will it will show a commitment between all the employees at all levels to reach these targets. It will provide a kind of ownership of operators and their processes they are working on, and this will develop responsibility of all employees on their daily job. And this is the way how to reach the operational excellence level. So the first step was to create the self-directed team by providing the needed training, define the organization of each self-directed work team, and define the roles of each member, and focus on customer expectation. And when we call customer, it could be internal customer or external customer as well. The second step is to conduct effective meetings, and with that we make a lot of coaching, a lot of trainings using the make process. It was a simplified the make process that was inspired from Six Sigma activity in our organization, and to establish continuous improvement mindset within all the team in our organization through all the levels, not only managers or middle managers, but also between operators, which are the main focus area on which we are working on in this activity. The third step is to coach, to sponsor these teams, and to reward and recognize all their improvements and all their actions that are implementing and all their results they are reaching. So these are the main three steps to implement the self-directed team. To give more details on that, we tried to create the self-directed team mainly between operators, and they are leading the meetings by themselves. The role of the managers are not there to identify how to perform the meetings, how to conduct them, but they are only there to coach and to work as sponsors for these meetings. So all the actions, all the follow-up, all the problem-solving tools that are using, the root cause analysis, the idea proposal, all of these activities are led mainly by operators themselves. And this is the great change that we did, because in the normal activity, we identified that operators are not do not have the liberty to provide ideas or to discuss about their daily issues they are found in that they found during their daily job. So we try to put in place this, let's say, new organization, which is the self-directed work team, in order to provide the opportunity to all operators to identify problems, identify root causes of these problems, and later propose improvement ideas, and at the end implement these new actions, and to reach better results in their daily activities. So with this self-directed work team, we try to identify how we can be aligned with the operational excellence principles in the Shingo model. So we confirm that if we succeed in this activity, we will create value for our customer, because we are focusing on our main KPIs, and we are seeking to improve our customer satisfaction. When implementing these self-directed teams, we try to think systematically, and we are creating constancy of purpose, because we are each time we are comparing our actual performance to the targets already established, and we are improving to generate or to identify more challenging targets for all the levels in our organization. When using this activity, we are seeking perfection because we want to be always reaching better performance, doing all the job in a better way, avoiding all kind of defects, seeking to reach zero defect mindset in our activity. We try to embrace scientific thinking by using problem-solving tools that are commonly used in our automotive electronics activity. We are focusing on process, not on operators. So we try to understand what is wrong in our processes and how we can improve these weaknesses in our processes. By implementing the serve network team, we will be able to ensure that we are respecting, or we are ensuring quality at the source, because we are using problem-solving tools, appropriate problem-solving tools for each issue that we are finding. And for sure, when we implement these work teams, we are respecting every individual, because we are providing the chance to every operator to highlight issues that he is facing in his daily job, making analysis and identifying root causes. And for sure, we are valuing their ideas, because we are giving them the chance to propose improvement ideas. And at the end, since the managers are not there to propose what are the right actions to implement, but they are there to coach and to recognize and to reward all improvement ideas. So we are leading our operators and our collaborators with humility. So it is really important to implement these self-directed teams, and this will help us to respect and to be aligned with the majority of the operational excellence principles that are already identified in the Shingo model. So these are some photos from the beginning of the activities, how to make meetings with the operators, make open discussion with them, make meetings in the shop floor to get more ideas from the site. We provided wallpaper where all the employees sign it on to ensure that all the team are involved and all the team members are committed to succeed in this journey. This is here a P chart showing the level of implementation of these teams. So 43% of the teams are in production department, 10% in the purchasing, 19% in quality department, 12% in the technical department, 2% in finance, 2% in the industrialization, 5% in logistic, and 5% in HR. So we try to cover all the departments in our organization to be sure that all the employees are involved in this activity. So we are covering actually 250 employees that we have in our plants. During 2020, we have generated more than 180 ideas. 80% of them are already implemented, and 14 ideas are reported in our system, which is Enterprise, and they are generating more than $48K as confirmed savings by our finance department. So these are some figures about the level of implementation of these work teams in our organization. Here is an example of the teams. Here is I took the example from the self-directed team in the laboratory. So they are identifying several KPIs for them that shows their performance. They are analyzing if we are reaching the targets or no, and in case of gap between the actual performance and the targets, they are identifying root causes of this and proposing improvement ideas one of the tools that we are using, which is one of the common, cool, and standard tools that we provide to the teams, is what we call the DMake document, which is in this slide. So it is a simplified document inspired from the DMake process in Six Sigma, and this helped the operators to go through problem solving analysis and provide improvement actions and make the follow-up of the implementation of these actions. Here is another example of team from the immobilizer assembly line. One of their KPIs is the scrap rate versus material cost. So they identified the deviation of the scrap rate, and they identified the root cause of this deviation and implement some improvement actions. So their results during the last 2 months and the beginning of September is much better compared to their results during February and March. And this is one of the results of this activity in this team. Here is an example of our boards that we are using to share and to make some visual management in our plant. The first one is the one to show the Six Sigma projects. We are providing a storyboard to summarize the project and to make some photos from the meetings that we are doing, meetings to recognize the effort and to make some rewards of the project leaders, and to share some information related to any trainings that we are doing in Six Sigma activity. And the same for the lean projects. The storyboard of the latest lean project that is being implemented in our plant. Some updates regarding VSM tool that we are using, and the results of OPEX or lean assessment that we are doing in our plant. And for sure, some examples of latest projects showing the photos before and after the implementation of the improvement. So it's a kind of sharing some information with all employees and recognizing all the efforts that are done in our plant. To be honest, we are trying now to move from using paper boards like those one to use digital visual management tools like this one. So we are using manufacturing dashboards that are displayed through TV in the shop floor. And this, for example, this example is showing the real-time performance of the production line, the hourly performance, and in case of deviation regarding targets, it will be showed as in red color. And if it is aligned with the object, it will be in green color. And this helps all the operators to be informed in real time by their performance, and to react in the real time in order to improve their opportunities.
What are you doing? Wait for a second.
So as a result of this activity, there was one of the employee engagement survey that was implemented globally in our organization. And here I show the results in our plant in Bir Bay compared to the global result in Visteon worldwide. So it is clearly that the result of employee engagement survey is much better compared to a global Visteon result. And this is mainly due to this activity of self-directed team that creates a new culture and a new behavior within our employees. And this was taken as a benchmark inside our global organization. And the self-directed team was taken as a best practice here inside our organization. It was started from Tunisia, and now it's being implemented all over our plants in our organization. So this has helped us to improve the engagement of all our employees at all levels. And as a result, I show here our all customer PPM trend chart starting of 2014 and 2016, where we were being suffering by higher level of PPM in our customer side, more than as average 50 ppm. But now by progressing and improving all the activities in our plant and mainly improving the culture and the behavior of our employees, we are reaching a level of 1 ppm. And during 2020, we are at 0 ppm level with our customers, which is one of the outstanding performance in Visteon, and I think in electronics, in automotive electronics activity as well. I'm sure that the implementation of the self-directed work team is one of the key success factors that helped us to reach this level of performance with our customers. And for sure, I'm sure this will help to create new dynamic inside our organization to help us to look always for zero mindset defects. Here is the assessment feedback. So here I take photo from the assessment that was done in July 2017, and the second photo from the ceremony of the reward in Orlando, in Florida, by the Shingo Institute. So it was a good opportunity for me and our plant manager to visit the annual conference of the Shingo Institute and to get more experience with other plants and other experience on how to implement Shingo model in different organizations. And for that, we are confident that we need to continue on this journey. We get the Shingo Silver Medallion, and we are looking to continue working, improving our performance, and trying to challenge a second time for the Shingo prize in order to get the Shingo prize itself. And this is something that is a kind of continuous activity. It will not stop today or next year or whatever, but it's some activity that should continue day by day and year over year in order to always reach better performance compared to our actual performance. So I finished the presentation. I think it was a short presentation, but I tried to show what are the main activities that we are doing and that we are implementing in order to ensure the efficiency of this self-directed work team. So, Dr. Hamad, if you have any question for me, it's a pleasure for me to discuss and to provide all needed informations, and for sure, maybe getting feedback from your side or from all the participants here in this conf call, in order to develop more and more this activity.
So thank you very much, Lasad, for a wonderful presentation and a good experience with everyone. What I would like to do, I didn't get questions from people. So, I mean, what we can do is we can just unmute yourself, and whoever comes first, ask the question, and Lasad will probably take the answer for that. Any questions? There is a question, was there resistance to change by employees?
So for sure, it was we get big resistance from employees because normally the operators and the other and even the middle management think that they are in a good situation in their daily activity as they are doing every day. The operators especially did not understand very well what will be the value added of this activity. How can this activity will help them in their daily job? So we really need, we had, and personally, I had a long discussion with different employees and with the majority of the employees to explain how this activity will make their daily life easier. So since we are focusing on identifying all kind of waste in their daily activities, our target is to propose improvements in this to eliminate all these kind of waste. We focused also on what we call near misses or security issues or security risks. So we are focusing to eliminate all kind of these near misses. So and later we explain to them that with this activity we have the target to reach the best performance in our organization. So this will help us to increase the chance to get new projects allowed or awarded to our plant. And this, at the end, it was the case because at the end, 2018, we had been awarded with two new projects in our plant. And later we get more and more new projects. And now our activity, our business is increasing compared to the last previous 2 years. So it was a good chance for us, and to be honest, it was our only chance to improve our business here in Visteon Birbay in Tunisia. It was only by one way, is to show by evidence that we have a good level of operational excellence. And this was confirmed by the Shingo Institute assessment examiners that have visited our plant. They stayed in our plant for a couple of days, 4 or 5 days, and this is what was already indicated in their report. So it was an assessment performed by fresh eyes, by examiners outside of our organization, and it confirmed that really we have a good culture, we have a good behavior that was implemented in all levels of our organization, and this helped us to reach a good result, as it was shown in this graph.
Very good. There are a few questions coming. There is one for me. Some examples from your clients about self-directed teams. It might promote, So I think self-directed teams I have seen in Tunisia is not strange of what I do. I mean, last year I organized a benchmark visit to Abid Zouala in Holland. Vivian took a team there, and we did work with a focus team on one line improvement, and we had people from other lines. And what happened once they saw what we did, they started a self-directed team for another line, and they were able to achieve the same result we achieved. The good thing is management show those people commitment, and they gave them the time and the space to work and give them the support. So that's very important. Another question here is there a reward and recognition for individuals or teams that succeed in meeting their objective? Do you reward individuals or reward the team, Lasad?
We make both. We have what we call a local system. Your ideas have a value for us. It's called in French VIOV. So we are rewarding the best ideas. We are selecting the best 5 ideas each time. It's a monthly recognizing ceremony, and as well we are recognizing the best team. The best team, how it is identified, the teams who are who are regular in their meetings, who have identified the best or the highest number of improvement ideas, and the team who implemented the highest number of improvement ideas. So according to these three criteria, we make an assessment of the activity of all the teams, and we select the best 3 ones who will be recognized and rewarded during the employee meeting, which is a quarterly meeting here in Visteon, Tunisia.
Very good. And I think probably in one of your slides you said implementation rate was 80%, which is extremely good. That reflects people are not just coming up with ideas are implemented. 80% is very, very good, and it tells people that your ideas are listened to and implemented. Another question for you, Al-Asad, is what was the most difficult part of the process?
The most difficult part is the starting, because to explain how this activity will contribute to improve the daily job of the employees, how this activity will bring value added to the operators, how the operators will take profit of this activity. This is the most critical step. What we try to explain to operators, it is not a new job that we are providing or that we are giving to the operators, not because we try to perform this activity in order to simplify more and more the daily job of the operators, to make their life easier. When we try to eliminate all kind of waste, when we try to eliminate all kind of security or safety risks, when we try to
I can't hear you, Al-Asad. Can you? So there is, I don't think people hear.
Gets you unhappy.
Let's add. We